Matches are great. Lighters are awesome. But can you do it with a flint and steel? And should you know how? What's up, Internet? Current 1776 here at the edge of the woods at the home 20. Yeehaw. Appreciate y'all being here. Hey, starting a fire is probably the, if not the, most basic survival, adventure, human skill we all should know, right? And there's many different ways to start a fire. So we're going to explore a couple, and we're going to use one. What's it going to be? So basically, you need to have your stuff ready to go, right? Rule number one in starting a fire is find the dry materials that you need to get it going, get it started, get it sustained, and then get it to go longer term, right? So your smalls, your mids, your largers, be sure they're dry, split them if you need to. Have plenty of material to help get that spark or that first flame going before you start adding these other materials, your other fuels. So basics, right? Basics. Have your fire lay and everything figured out, right? Have all your stuff right here. But next, we're going to figure out what we're going to start this fire with. So what do I have in here? Well, I've got all kinds of stuff in here for making fire, okay? I mean, you got, you know, your freaking, what a lot of people's go-to is some cotton balls, you know, with some petroleum. We're not going to freaking use that, okay? We've got, you know, matches, right? Great fire starter right here. And these are the ones you can dip in water while it's already burning and pull it out and it's still burning. Amazing fire starter. Amazing fire starter. We're not going to use that. Hey, the trusty lighter. Of course, you should have a lighter in your freaking kit. We're not going to use that, okay? What we are going to do is we're going to go a little bit more primitive, okay, guys? Why? Because you should know this stuff. We're going to use, in this kit right here, yes, we have matches. We have lighters. We have ferro rods. We have all the things, the modern things to start a fire. But can you do it with just a flint and steel kit? You know, have char cloth with it, have whatever with it. Throwing sparks with a piece of steel and some flint. You should know how to do this, and a lot of it, 99% of it, is just technique. Fixing to show you. So, my flint and steel kit. What I got right here is just your basic Altoids tin, okay? Just a basic Outdoorsman 10. It could be a round 10, it could be whatever, doesn't matter. But I've got a Grim Workshop wrap on here with a Bushcraft Kelso awl, which comes in handy sometimes, and he makes really cool handmade freaking usable stuff that I like to have anyway. But it's just helping keep my lid closed. All right, let me pull that off, set that aside. Over here with my stuff that I threw out of the way. And then I've got Wazoo fire card that is freaking awesome that we can use in case we need it later. Hopefully we won't. As you can see, got a hole on the top of that. We'll talk about that later. So in my kit, I've got a bellows, retractable bellows. You may or may not need that. I've got a couple flints in here, a small piece, a large piece. I've got my steel. I've got another piece of steel right here. I've got another awl which goes with that turns that steel into a blanket pin, just FYI. And then I got some charred material down here in the bottom right there. So technique, guys, technique. But you need this stuff in your kit. A couple different steels, a couple different flints. So here's my piece of flint, okay? Try to get it in the light where you can see it. Let me move this where I get better lighting. If you take a look at flint, right, you're going to have kind of a backside. I call it like the barky side typically. Sometimes it's lighter color. And then you get into the grays and all right here, and you're looking for a sharp edge. So right here, it's a fairly sharp edge. We're looking here at my smaller piece. Right there's the sharp edge, okay? That's where you want to be striking. Now, your type of steel, right? So here's my steel, high carbon steel. Hold it like this, all right? You may or may not get some cut knuckles and busted knuckles doing this. It's part of the process, okay? What you want to do is the flint is removing some of the steel, creating a spark. The steel is not making the flint spark. The flint's making the steel spark, okay? You see people on TV or whatever, they're doing this and they're throwing the sparks like a ferro rod down on a piece of material. Odds are that's not going to work. Technique and additions. Char cloth. So what's char cloth? Typically is cotton that has been charred. So you take your flint, lay your char cloth on your flint and try to hold it. And because we are creating a spark and it will start an ember, we transfer the ember to the bird's nest. All right. Right there, I got an ember going. You see that? Right on the edge right there, I got an ember going. Grab my bird's nest. Put that in the bird's nest. We're gonna try to get this thing going here. There we go, see? I got flame now. I'm gonna put this down. All right, now it's time to give her some of my smalls. All right, move my flint and steel out of the way. Drop a couple mids on it. Add you a little bit more pine straw. Keep it going. Yeah. All right. You got the material. Use it. All right. We want to keep it going. We want to get it where we're getting some sustainability here. We want to sustain the fire. We want the fire to go from just pine straw burning to our wood burning. Got one big piece in there. See if we can get this rascal going. All right, so be sure you have plenty of material around. Some of my smalls and mids are burning over here, which is good. Let me get them going over here. No shame in adding more pine straw. A few more of these smaller, larger pieces. See if we can get something going here. And of course, as you go, you just keep adding fuel to it. So it's all technique, guys. It's all technique and having the right gear. So all you need is a flint and steel, a tin like this, and some char cloth, and boom. Matches are great. Lighters are awesome. But can you do it with a flint and steel? And should you know how? The answer to both of those questions is yes. So there you go. That's how you start a fire using flint and steel, right? Primitive way. Guys, give this stuff a shot, okay? Practice this stuff. It's all about technique and preparation. Have all your stuff prepared, ready to go. So when you get that ember, you can transfer that ember over to your bird's nest, feed it some oxygen, get the flame going, and get your fire going. Don't be scared of it. Learn these skills, folks. They're fun, all right? And then pass it on to somebody else. Teach somebody else how to do it, all right? Because what happens if you have a lighter and matches, you've ran out of them, your lighter's broke, don't work no more, but you were smart and you had a flint and steel kit with you, you can still get a fire going. Yeah. Put those in there, close her up, and you're ready to go in case you ever need to use it again. All right, get you an Altoids tin, cut up some blue jeans, make you some char cloth, and practice using flint and steel with char cloth. I love you. I mean it. Let me know down in the comments if you're going to give this a shot or if you already do this kind of thing, guys. I love to hear it. I'll see you next time with another video.